Lovely weather. Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. On today's episode, we're back in the Fiat. Excuse the noisy McLaren in the background. You can see, look at the mighty Mazda. Ignore the McLaren, the mighty Mazda's over here. So, those that are familiar with the channel will know we had the car out last summer to do a friend's wedding. Sadly, the car broke down on the way home from that, and it really forced my hand to do some necessary work. So I noticed there was a lot of rubbish coming through the fuel lines. I kept changing the fuel filter, hoping it would clear up, but it turns out the tank was toast. So the lovely folks down here at Herny's car barn, Karim, has been working hard on the car. He's had the engine out. I can stick some pictures of all the bits and pieces he's done into this, and got it running just so. So I'm about to take it out for my maiden drive since the rebuild. He tells me it's transformed, and I'm going to bring you with me. So let's go. Sadly, I think we're about to get hit by rain. It's first outing in 6 months and it's going to rain. Great. So you're not going to get much content in the car because it has decided to rain, and as the car's had so much work gone into it and it's been cleaned. So we're going to have a go at polishing up the bright work, see if we can get it nice and shiny again. So here goes. That's all right for a first pass. I don't really want to get it filthy with lots of road mess and muck, so we're going to get it back to the workshop and I will give you a bit of update on what it's like driving a Fiat. 5,500 sounds great, doesn't it? Oh, here comes the rain. Lovely weather. And of course, the Fiat is left-hand drive, and the thing for opening the gate is on that side. So I'm gonna sit here and wait for the worst of this to pass, because, ugh. Right, putting some miles on the Fiat at long last, which is a little stuttery, because, as you've seen, I'll have inserted some video, it rained like Billio, but now we're drying it off with a good fresh run.
It's an Italian tune-up.
Exactly, an Italian tune-up of an Italian car.
Exactly.
Brilliant one.
So this is one of our main test routes. As you can see, it's a gorgeous road to be on.
It is stunning. Properly rural England, it's lovely. One thing I really like about the drive position of this car is you end up in your sort of line of sight. There's the nice haunches that go over the arches.
That's it.
The only other car I've really had that in is the old Boxster we've got. It gives you can just see the nice haunches over the arches. It's lovely. It tells you you're in a little sports car. Clear to the right. So Karim, you're the wizard that has rebuilt the mighty Fiat. So tell us what you've done to it.
So, I mean, first of all, I've fallen in love with it. So when you brought it to us, unfortunately, obviously it didn't run very well, or at all, because the fuel tank had really fallen apart inside. There was so much rust and old fuel and mess inside there that the only right thing to do was to strip the tank down and clean it properly. The issue with that is that you have to take the engine out to do it. So we thought only right, whilst the engine was out, to give the whole thing a bit of love. So in doing so, we've cleaned up the entire engine bay of all its old staining of years of use. We've re-wrapped the wiring loom whilst it was all out. We've replaced all the coolant hoses. We've rebuilt the water pump, rebuilt the radiator, cleaned that all out, sealed it all up. And then the engine itself has had brand new engine mounts, all brand new fuel lines. Distributor's been set up. Carburetor's had a full rebuild with all pump jets, gaskets, everything. Exhaust's been off, obviously, and then we've taken all the plates, sump, cylinder head, rockers, all off the engine, which was the right thing to do. We wanted to find out whether or not it had hardened valve seats fitted in it at the time.
Yeah.
In taking the engine apart, we realised that somebody spent a lot of time, effort and money on the engine in the past, so there wasn't a great amount that we had to do to it apart from just give it a bit of a refresh. Unfortunately, one of the things we did find though, that due to the old fuel that was in the tank and the way the carburetor was set up in the past, you had a lot of heavy deposits on all of the valves, which were really gluing them up. This modern fuel isn't great for them. So what we did was we cleaned and ported the cylinder head, cleaned and rebuilt all the rockers, took the valves out, gave them a 2-stage cut and a lap in, and then rebuilt it all basically. And in doing so, we found that the engine, like I say, has had a lot of work done. It's all been lightened and balanced in the past to a high standard. Replaced the clutch and the bearings inside the bell housing, and a bit of a tart up and put it back together again, really. And the fuel tank we had done by, it was done out of house by some specialists, and they cut the tank open, shot blasted it all back to bare metal, coated the inside with a special new coating that was protected from the new fuels, and welded it all back together again.
Fab. And it drives like a new car in comparison.
Oh, it really does, yeah. No, it's good fun. Just hear it's happy at the top.
Yeah, it wants to rev out. You almost can't believe it's rain. We've got beautiful blue skies, bright sunlight.
Like I said, I've definitely fallen in love with it. Definitely one of the cars that I'd like to buy now.
This is the problem.
John.
Everybody that sees this lovely little Fiat instantaneously falls in love with it. And the camera, I don't think, really does it quite the justice it deserves. But I think that's probably the optimum angle. Quite nicely, there's also an Abarth in the background. While this is not, the little Abarth wheels really look the part, I think, on it. So yeah, she's a lovely old girl. And thanks to you, she remains a lovely old girl.
And she won't cause you any issues now for a long time, hopefully.
It's good. So hopefully we can get this out and do some events and actually see it out in the sun, which has now come out fortuitously after the most horrendous weather earlier.
Biblical downpour.
Yeah. The Fiat, it lives and breathes again. So all those people have been wondering what on earth happened after I got it ready for the wedding last year. Well, that's what we've been doing. Been waiting for all the bits to go back on, and here we are. Totally worth it.
Ready to use for the summer.
Right, so while we're here, we're actually at Henry's car barn. We are going to pick up the Bentley Turbo R because the next video on the channel, you're going to be coming with us to Le Mans for the 24-hour race 2022. So we're picking the Bentley up. Got to go and fix another problem with it, as always, and then pick up a couple of people and a van and a load of camping kit and a load more people, and go and have a big party in a field in France and watch some cars go round and round in circles, which will be great. Right, well, that's all for this episode of Automotive Tales. Thank you very much to Karim for fixing the mighty Fiat, and thank you to you lot for watching, liking, subscribing and all that sort of jazz. You know what you've got to do. Right, see you next time. Bye for now.